Marvel's Disney Plus Hawkeye series. So, what do we have here? Is it more Falcon Winter Soldier, more WandaVision, or something in between? Well, let's get into it. So, Hawkeye is a Disney Plus series made by Marvel, and it's interesting. It's taking most of its cues from the Matt Fraction, David Aja. I don't know how to say his name, but his art is beautiful. But it's taking cues from that particular comic in which Hawkeye and his protege, Kate Bishop, along with Pizza Dog, are basically taking on various organized crime organizations and getting into shenanigans. So, the aesthetic, the color palette, the setting, the scenery, things that I really like about this series so far, and this is only episodes 1 and 2, but there are some things that are cause for concern. So, the question that a lot of people have, let's just get it out the way. Yes, this is more MCU nonsense. No, I did not pronounce that. It is not MCU. In phase 4 of Marvel, we are in the MCU. I am not responsible for that phrase. Gary from Nerdrotic created that, as far as I know, and it is deadly on the money as far as this particular series is concerned. So basically what we have is a female vigilante in Kate Bishop, who's inspired by the events of the first Avengers film, in particular Hawkeye saving her life and looking really cool while doing it. So she dedicates herself to being just like Hawkeye. Great, fine. But what the problem is here is that what we're doing, or what the plot tries to do in a certain way, is basically say how Hawkeye needs to hang it up because he's damaged himself physically, and he's suffering from PTSD from the loss of a friend and things like that. So they're basically trying to set up him being put out to pasture in favor of the less experienced and frankly less skilled Kate Bishop. So what we have here is a situation in which again, more MCU foolishness, where we're trying to replace an existing phase 1 through 3 character for this newer, more female and more diverse. I don't even know if you can call a rich white woman diverse, but you know, it's 2021, so whatever. But they're really trying to coat, you know, the MCU with these more diverse characters. They're not really as good as the originals. I mean, I'm sorry, they're just not. But that's where we are. So, am I enjoying the series so far? More or less. I mean, it's fun so far. Watching Clint do different things, you know, and putting him in settings that are not necessarily super heroic, and really seeing just how much people respect him, you know, just on the street, because as we all know, the Avengers are quite well known. One thing that bothers me is, number one, in this series, he seems to be lost in certain areas. Now, we know that Clint Barton is an experienced and seasoned S.H.I.E.L.D. agent, and yet there are certain points in the first 2 episodes where he just doesn't seem to know what to do. But I mean, you know, that's fine. Action sequences are great. Aside from Kate Bishop, who can't weigh more than 120 pounds, taking on 6'4" guys without very much in the way of real world training. She definitely has training, but nothing in real situations. And just seeing her take on guys that are physically twice and even sometimes 3 times her size is kind of annoying. But I mean, again, it's 2021 Marvel. What are you going to do? I mean, it worked for Scarlett Johansson because she was literally trained to be an assassin her entire life, you know. But this is just kind of irritating. I do enjoy the comedic elements aren't like just superimposed upon you like a lot of the other Marvel properties. It seems like whoever's writing a show knows how to show a little bit of restraint thank God. So, you know, we'll see how this goes. But I mean, so far, I mean, we already know that they're trying to, you know, basically kill off the Hawkeye character, and we'll see how respectful and or disrespectful that comes to pass. I do enjoy how, you know, close to the comic book aesthetic they have this, in particular, that particular story. But some of the performances are a little weird. So the stepfather character's performance is wooden at times, and sometimes mustache twirling bad guy, no pun intended. You'll know when you see him. And other than that, I mean, like I say, it's pretty fun so far. It's just that being that I know what to do, it kind of just puts a sour taste in my mouth as far as what they're doing to a character that I actually really like, despite him never really being able to get the spotlight until Endgame. And there's one just really irritating bit of plot contrivance regarding the Ronin costume and Clint somehow losing it, which is never really explained, nor does that even seem plausible, considering that, you know, he had it. But, you know, whatever. So, I mean, with that being said, if I had to put a number on the first 2 episodes, I'd give it a 7.5 out of 10. We'll see what next week brings, but, you know, so far I'm in. So, you know, it hasn't been something that I just wanted to turn off, so I'm happy about that. Well, we'll see you next week, and we'll see you on the next one. 8-Bit Heroes out. Peace. Also, if you feel the need to subscribe or like the video, please do so if you enjoyed the content.